an event that definitely
I knew people like that.
an event that happened here that did shake my. I'm less cynical, probably. I'm less likely to be as interested in conspiracy theories, mainly because maybe I lack your imagination. I don't know what it is, but I like maybe I'm terrified of the fact that I'm being taken for a ride in too many areas of my life. But Dieselgate, the Volkswagen thing that happened in this country, really shook me because I didn't think something could have happened on that scale.
Explain it to people because it's pretty crazy.
Well, effectively, Volkswagen were able to put software into their vehicles that allowed them to cheat in emissions tests. And a load of vehicles that had stated emissions qualities didn't have them when they were not on the test rig. And actually, that process had been going on in many different ways for most motor cars forever. But the scale on which they offended and the fact they did it in the US meant they got absolutely hammered for it. But you know, if you have an Audi RS4 from 2007 and you start the engine up, it idles in an odd way. The car feels very aggressive for the first 30 seconds that you start it. That's because there's an air pump inside the car that is basically forcing air through the exhaust faster than it needs to, so that when you put it on a test rig, it has lower emissions than it should do. This had been going on for a long time, but the scale of it was, I suppose, sort of an industrial subterfuge that I didn't think it could happen.
Right. Especially with a large corporation like Volkswagen.
I know, and that did shake me because I'm a flag bearer for my industry. I'm proud to be part of the wider car industry, and I didn't think that could happen. And it wasn't just a bit of naughtiness; it was lies.
And how many people knew about it?
One has to assume quite a few.
Yeah, you would assume.
But I think they would have. There was a moral complication to it because they were still making very clever, really quite clean vehicles. They weren't trying to cover up something absolutely hideous. They were in the margins, but it was still wrong. It was morally completely wrong. And once they got away with it, they were stuck with it. They couldn't suddenly sort of backtrack on it.
Right.
And I think it shook my confidence in those large corporations. I thought they were being more honest with us, and probably made me more likely to believe conspiracy theories afterwards. So I thought, well, if they're capable of that, what else are they doing?